the fairy tale and the silence that followed. When Song Hye-kyo and Song Joong-ki tied the knot in October 2017, it wasn't just two celebrities getting married, it was the culmination of one of the most beloved romances in Korean entertainment history. Their love story began on the set of Descendants of the Sun, 2016, a drama that redefined the Hallyu wave and made them household names across Asia. Fans swooned at their chemistry as Captain Yoo Si-jin and Dr. Kang Mo-yeon, but what truly electrified audiences was the news that their on-screen romance had blossomed into reality. The media dubbed them the Song couple, and for many, they were seen as proof that love could be both glamorous and genuine. Their wedding, held at the Shilla Hotel in Seoul, was a spectacle befitting royalty. Stars, politicians, business tycoons, and international figures filled the guest list. Images of Song Hye-kyo walking gracefully in her wedding gown beside a beaming Song Joong-ki filled front pages and social media timelines from Seoul to Shanghai, from Manila to Los Angeles. For fans, the marriage felt predestined. It was a rare moment where fiction and reality aligned. Young couples in Korea pointed to them as an example of what modern love could look like: beautiful, aspirational, and timeless. But behind the scenes, things were not as seamless. Less than 2 years later, in June 2019, Song Joong-ki filed for divorce. His statement was straightforward but heavy. He wished to end the marriage amicably and avoid mutual blame. Song Hye-kyo, through her agency, responded by citing differences in personality. The public was stunned. How could a couple so adored, who seemed perfect on and off screen, unravel so quickly? Theories swirled. Some tabloids whispered about infidelity. Others pointed fingers at family pressure. Online forums dissected their every public appearance, looking for signs of unhappiness. Yet, amidst the noise, both stars maintained silence, guarding their private lives fiercely. For years, that silence left a vacuum filled with speculation, conspiracy theories, and endless fan debates. It wasn't until much later that Hye-kyo, known for her poise and elegance, finally let the world glimpse the truth. Hye-kyo's revelation, the question of children. When Song Hye-kyo finally spoke about her divorce in early 2025, the revelation was disarmingly simple yet profoundly emotional. She admitted that the heart of their conflict wasn't betrayal or hatred, it was about the timing of children. Joong-ki was ready to be a father almost immediately, she shared in an intimate interview with a lifestyle magazine. He's always been sincere about family. But I wasn't ready. My career, my personal space, my own growth, I still felt I had things to focus on before motherhood. That difference, though no one's fault, became a wall between us. Her words resonated because they revealed not just a marital issue, but a clash of life philosophies. Song Joong-ki, fresh into superstardom yet grounded in traditional values, longed for stability. To him, starting a family was the natural next step. For Hye-kyo, already an established actress in her late 30s at the time, motherhood was a decision that demanded readiness, not obligation. The difference wasn't about whether to have children at all, but when. And in marriage, timing can mean everything. This revelation reframed the entire narrative of their divorce. It was not about betrayal, anger, or scandal. It was about two people who loved each other but stood on opposite sides of a life decision too significant to compromise. For Hye-kyo, speaking about it wasn't easy. She confessed that the years of silence had been a burden, with rumors often twisting her image. It hurt when people speculated that I was cold, or that I valued work over love. The truth was simpler and more human. We just wanted different things at different times. Her honesty turned what once seemed like an unsolvable mystery into a deeply relatable human story, the story of a couple torn apart not by malice but by misaligned dreams. A fairy tale re-examined. The revelation sent shockwaves through fan communities worldwide. The Song couple's fanbase had always been one of the most passionate in K-entertainment, and for them, this was both closure and heartbreak. In Korea, comments on platforms like Naver and Dom ranged from empathy to criticism. Supporters applauded Hye-kyo for her bravery, praising her for voicing what many women in Korea feel, the pressure to choose between personal fulfillment and societal expectations of motherhood. She has every right to decide her timing, wrote one netizen. No woman should be rushed into motherhood, no matter who her husband is. Others, however, sympathized with Joong-ki, seeing his eagerness for family as admirable. He was clear about what he wanted. It's unfortunate they weren't aligned, but it doesn't make either of them wrong. In China, where the couple's influence reached almost mythical levels, the reaction was even more emotional. On Weibo, hashtags like #song Hye-kyo opens up and #song truth trended for days. Fans debated passionately, with some expressing renewed sadness over the fairy tale that ended too soon, while others said the revelation made them respect both stars even more. One Chinese fan's comment captured the bittersweet mood. When they married, we believed in destiny. When they divorced, we didn't understand. Now, hearing this, we realize it wasn't betrayal but simply life. That makes it even sadder, because sometimes love isn't enough. The revelation also sparked wider discussions about marriage, timing, and gender expectations. Across forums and editorials, writers reflected on how women, particularly in Asia, often face harsher judgment when they prioritize their careers or delay motherhood. Hye-kyo's story became a mirror for societal pressures. Her decision not to rush was seen by many as an act of courage in a culture that often equates marriage with immediate family building. For Joong-ki's fans, his subsequent marriage to Katie Louise Saunders and the birth of his child in 2023 felt like the fulfillment of his long-held dream. Many noted the poetic symmetry. The very reason his first marriage ended became the foundation of his happiness in his second. For Hye-kyo's fans, her flourishing career, crowned by international acclaim for The Glory, symbolized her strength and independence. The legacy of the Song couple. 6 years on from their divorce, the Song couple remains one of the most talked-about pairings in Korean entertainment history. Even after moving on, both stars are permanently tethered in the public imagination. Their names, when mentioned together, evoke not only nostalgia but also lessons about love, timing, and cultural expectations. Song Hye-kyo's revelation reframed their legacy. What was once a fairy tale shattered by mystery is now remembered as a story of two people whose love was real but whose life goals diverged. It is a reminder that marriage is not only about affection but also about alignment in the deepest choices of life. For Hye-kyo, opening up was an act of reclaiming her story. She had long endured the pain of malicious rumors that painted her unfairly. By revealing the truth, she shifted the conversation from scandal to humanity. For Joong-ki, her words confirmed what his life path already showed, that fatherhood was always central to his dreams. Their divorce, once treated as gossip fodder, has matured in the public eye into something more, a reflection of the realities that even the most glamorous couples face. It speaks to the universal truth that love, though powerful, sometimes cannot conquer timing, circumstance, or personal desires. Fans continue to rewatch Descendants of the Sun, posting wistful edits of their wedding photos, and writing nostalgic tributes. But now, those tributes carry a different tone. They are less about heartbreak and more about acceptance. The Song couple are remembered not just as a fairy tale that ended, but as a human story, beautiful, fleeting, and unforgettable. And perhaps that is the sweetest and most enduring legacy, that they showed the world love in its brightest glow, and also in its most fragile form.